Hi, excuse me. Hi, guys. Good morning. Oh, what a way to start off a broadcast, huh? By choking on your own phlegm. Sorry to be so gross. Welcome to those of you that are new. My name is Dan. This is my channel, Engelgeist. Thank you for tuning in. This is the daily forecast for the Greater Collective for Saturday the 10th. Saturday the 11th. We just did the 10th. Today is the 10th. I am taping this early. Thank you to my Patreon subscribers, those of you that subscribe. You guys get to see this a day early. If you are interested in that, you can certainly go over to patreon.com and pick a subscription level. Engelgeist 333 is what the name of the page is on Patreon. You can also follow me on Instagram at Engelgeist 333 if you'd like, if you want to support me in that way. But this is basically sort of like your weather report, but energy report kind of for what's going on with the greater collective during this time, where we need to be focused, how we need to focus our energy, what we need to expect from our day for the highest good of the collective, right? So I call in sort of the archangels, the ascended masters, spirit guides, high beings of light, those that have gone before us to come in and sort of bring through the message of what we need to know during this time, right? This message is set up for the 11th, which is Saturday, but it's not necessarily just for that date. It is a timeless message. I believe that Spirit has a way of bringing the message through and reaching us exactly when we need it, right? So it doesn't, if this is in your feed and you're seeing it on a different day, continue to watch it. There might be something in here for you. And that might be, why it's up on your screen at whatever time you may receive it. You might be in sort of a vibrational alignment with the message. And if you do watch it at a time that's different and it does make sense, leave me a comment and let me know. I would love to know that too. That's another way of supporting the channel is liking videos, hitting the thumbs up, sharing them out, subscribing to them. Subscribe to either the business page on Facebook or here on YouTube. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when I do go live. I do live events throughout the week, pull free cards and things like that for people. And I do charmings. Those are not free, but they're available. Another way is to purchase charmings or personal readings through my business page on Facebook. So you can always message me there if you have any questions. And that's a great way to support me in the channel. You can also buy decks that I use here through the Amazon affiliate links in the video description. Those things are available to you. If you use those links and purchase a deck through that link, I actually get a percentage of the sale, which is very nice. And you guys get a deck, and it's at no extra cost to you. So it's another way of supporting me in the channel during this time. So let's see what's going on for the end of the week energy. We're supposed to be ending out on that wishes fulfilled card, which was that 9 of, I believe, Pentacles. It was sort of the Pentacles energy. So I want to see, and we've had a lot of 9s this cycle for this week. So I'm interested to see, okay. All right, I want to double check something before I start this. We've got the heart chakra. And it was a green bordered card that ends out our week. And that's the reason why I wanted to check this. The 9 of, I guess that's emotions, he calls it, instead of pentacles. So it would be the 9 of cups. It throws me off with this deck because of the colors. I would associate green with earth energy and red with fire. And he's changed them to red is like your root chakra. He goes in the so this would be the 9 of cups, which would be wishes fulfilled. So let me find that really quick. Fulfillment of wishes was the name of the card. So that was the end of week card, right? And we're now at the end of the week. And it's interesting to me that we get this heart chakra card right out of the gate. And what I've said with this deck is when the heart chakra cards come up, or when the chakra cards come up just in general, I'm going to pull an extra card for added information. But I just want to read to you the heart chakra and see what it says here. So it says, parallel to the heart, the chakra represents unconditional love, compassion, harmony, relationships, and healing. It's believed to be the link between your body, mind, and soul. Balancing this area may take a while, but you should allow all the time that you need so the healing energy can get through and flow freely. By loving yourself and others as well as learning forgiveness, you'll become more attuned with spirit. So that's a lovely thought and idea, and that's something that I've been kind of talking about during this whole pandemic thing. The color green is also very much associated with healing and the earth, as far as I'm concerned. And so when I look at this, it makes me think about bringing that attention back to our heart center. Even by doing that, by taking 5 minutes and just resting our hand on our heart, can and just breathing a few beats can kind of bring our attention back to that space, allowing us to know that we're safe and we're okay during this time. Our heart is one of the strongest centers that we have. It also feels, I feel like it is one of the strongest centers we have. It's where our sort of soul and spirit reside, right? But we fear it because it's so emotionally charged, right? And it feels so vulnerable to live from that place. But in all actuality, it's probably one of the strongest aspects of our being, right? And so, it's interesting that it's the fourth chakra, right? Fours represent stability, right? In Tarot. So when we're talking about getting into that fourth chakra, it to me is the connecting point between the bottom three and the top three. And it sort of connects the cosmos to the earth. It tethers us both to the earth and to this, to the realm of material and to the realm of spirit, right? And we need to remember that we are all of those different aspects. So as we're moving through this trying time and these challenging times, this is something to think about and keep in mind today, maybe even going into next week. Yesterday we had that health stone, so I like that this heart chakra is showing up in this bright, vibrant green, because it really speaks to the idea of health and well-being and feeling centered in our sort of emotional space. And that was that fulfillment of wishes cards that we saw at the beginning of Sunday's forecast, right? So let's see what the further, oh, interesting. Trapped in fear. So after all of that, so this is the mental, so this is like the swords energy, right? So this is the 8 of swords, and 8s to me always represent balance. This being trapped in fear says to me, like, as I'm looking at this, it looks like we've got like a sort of a battle happening here. Do we live in our mind or do we live in our hearts? Right? Do we process things through the analytical aspect and the logical mind right now, or do we process things through our heart chakra? And is our mind having some sort of effect on our heart, right? Or on our ability to live from our heart? So I'm just going to read to you Trapped in Fear just because this is a new deck to me. I don't normally read out of the books, but I'm interested to know. To me, this person also, this feels similar to that disruption energy we saw in the beginning of the week. I think that we have an opportunity here to sort of set ourselves free yet again, but we have to trust our heart. We have to trust our spirit. We have to trust the stability of that and find that balance, that 8, with, that balance energy within our mental space. We're not enjoying ourselves when we're in this mental space of fear. I mean, you can see that with this gentleman, like at the way that he's bent over and kind of stuck in his own sort of, how do I want to say, like almost mental prison in a way. So keeping that in mind, let's look what it says. It says here, this card reveals that it's actually your own fear that is immobilized and trapped, has you immobilized and trapped, preventing you from making decisions or choices. You are the one who's holding yourself prisoner or hostage. And in order to continue your journey, you must first face your fears so that new people and conditions can manifest. Many individuals choose to stay in this place because they can't see the road ahead. They feel a misguided sense of safety there, or they're afraid of starting something new. But staying will only add to your levels of stress and anxiety and create adverse effects in your physical body. So guys, this is having an effect, and it's like, do we follow our mind and stay trapped in fear, or do we follow our heart? It says also, seek out wise counsel for assistance. You don't have to do this alone, but know that you possess all of the tools that you need to free yourself. You're forgetting how strong you really are. What did I say about that heart chakra, guys? That the strength in there is stronger than we realize. This period will end when you use your mind to cut through the limitations caused by your emotions. So I think this is sort of that let go or be dragged moment where we have to trust the emotionality of the heart to a certain degree, right? Logic and looking at the world through sort of this fear or this mental space, trying to understand things mentally, maybe won't work right now. We need to trust the strength of the heart and trust that, like, even though our emotions might feel a little bit emotional or uncontrollable, scary to us, they really are guideposts. That's all they are. People have always been like, somewhat put off by me because I cry at the drop of a hat. But the thing for me, and that's all my Pisces energy, but the thing for me is it's actually a release from my body. It's like so that I don't carry that shit around with me anymore. I mean, that's why the body actually physically feels, is so that I can process it, know what's going on, and let it go, right? And so the more that I do that, the better off I believe that I am, or the lighter that I can be post good cry, if that makes sense. It's like a purging. So to me, and remember, if I had that wishes fulfilled card, there was that gentleman standing on that piece of fruit, I believe. He was wiser. He was like a scholar gentleman, if we remember the design of the card. And there was those two waterfalls pouring on either side of him. So some of you guys are going to have some emotional work to look at today. But I think that it all is about maintaining that sort of connection to self and also attaining that health. Let me see what the vibrational energy deck has to say. You guys, I just really feel like your heart is to be trusted. And the conversation needs to be had. The fear needs to be balanced out by the stability of the heart center. Wow. So we have the two faces of mankind. To me, this is sort of the yin and the yang, the balance between the two. Like we have the masculine and the feminine. We also have the yin and the yang here. And it's sort of like, which one do we listen to? Do we let the more feminine, like the heart-centered emotional energy through to lead and guide, or do we let the more masculine, sort of protective mental energy through to lead and guide, right? And to me, I think that each of us will find our own answer for this one. Excuse me. I want to look at this definition too. I don't normally go to the definitions, but I feel like it might be important to read these definitions today. Excuse me. Two faces of mankind. Where there is a feminine, there is a masculine. A negative needs a positive and vice versa. You cannot create a harmonic vibration without first acknowledging and accepting the balance of yin and yang in your life. It is the law of vibration and energy, which is ever evolving. So again, I think that there's a balance that needs to be taking place here between the emotional self and the mental self today, and today is a good day to seek that balance. This two faces of mankind says to me that balance can be achieved, but we have to acknowledge it. We have to acknowledge right now in this moment that we are safe in our emotional fear. If we're feeling fear mentally, emotionally, that might draw up some energy within us that we need to sort of work with. I've certainly been working with my own fears in my meditations and asking to see why I have them. Where are my insecurities? What is going on with me? Why are these things coming up for me? And it's been showing to me, and I've been like praying to shed them, right? And I have been in a much better place than I was when this pandemic first started. I can't say that I've done everything perfectly all the way along, but I have been in a much better place. And I am finding that there is this balance that I have to work towards to maintain right now. Look at these sort of like light and dark emanations coming off of this. Like this is their energetic vibration that they're putting out of this sort of idea of balance and harmony within themselves. If you don't have that, then you're probably trapped in this fear space. and you're allowing your mind or your worries to lead you too much, and you need to get more into your heart and understand, connect with your spirit so that you can understand that your spirit will see you through this no matter what. Let's see what the grounding stone is for the day. Because that's really sort of the realization that I came to in all of this, is that even though there's a pandemic, like I have been through so much so that in my life that I'm kind of, even though this is unknown to me or it's bigger than anything I've ever dealt with, I probably am capable of dealing with this. I am pretty sure that I can make it through this. Like, I'm going to deal with it in the moment, trusting myself as best I can, and having sort of creating that balance for myself. And I've really been working on that through meditation, through just soul searching, and really focusing on that with myself. And it has given me a lot of relief. Now, is that to say that I'm not a little bit bored and stir crazy because I'm stuck up in the house? Sure, but I can find things that sort of keep me busy, and when I feel itchy or weird, I go and I meditate, and I connect to myself, and I go, okay, why do I feel itchy and weird? I bring, like, back. And let me tell you, I'm going to just share this right now. If you guys, the entire planet feels itchy and weird right now. So some of that itchy and weirdness doesn't necessarily even belong to us. We might be just picking it up from the general, we can pick it up from the news. We can pick it up from just the general vibe of Facebook or whatever else is going on. A lot of energy and a lot of information coming at us all the time from all different sources. So it's up to us to kind of keep our space as clean and clear as possible right now. Now, the grounding stone, this is an idea to ground in today while you're focusing on these things, is the stone of happiness. So, with an air of happiness, or remember, we had that vision stone a few days ago, and we had the sharing stone at the very beginning of the week, which is the underpinning energy of this. So what I would say to all of this, and remember, we have that magician card. Oh God, I forgot about him too. That magician card is underneath all of this too, which is that awareness card. We are creating with our awareness. So where is our awareness focused? Are we focused on the fear? Are we focused on, like, maybe feeling the feelings and moving through them and finding the answers we're maybe trying to avoid? But if we're avoiding those answers, we're not creating that balance or that harmony or that trust within ourselves. So we need to focus on, where is our happiness, right? I know it's a pandemic. I know that sounds kooky. Like, how the hell do I focus on my happiness during a pandemic? But the sooner that you make yourself happier in your own immediate environment, the sooner you can hopefully attain this balance, the sooner you can let go of yourself in this prison and sort of free yourself, the sooner you can sort of live from this soul-centered heart space where you know that you are going to be okay and that things are strong. I also just want to mention here, it's interesting that he's in a green outfit, like he's covered in his heart energy of this fourth chakra. I've been saying all along, and I don't know if I've said this on camera or not, but I've been saying that this pandemic is actually bringing us up as a planet into our fourth chakra. That's what I think is, if we've been operating, if human beings each have a chakra system, I believe that there's probably a chakra system to the planet. And the visualization that I had gotten in meditation a while back, this was a few weeks ago, was that we're actually bumping up to a fourth chakra existence, right? Maybe that's 4D or whatever, but we've been living in this sort of like third chakra and lower sort of existence for the last millennia, right? Everything's been about wars, power, control, money, capitalism, the control of man, all of that sort of stuff. And when a pandemic sweeps over us like this and it forces us into our homes and by ourselves, we have to really look at who we are, what we stand for, what we believe in. And we start to realize that we're actually more alike than we are different. Hopefully that's the case, right? If we learn that, then maybe we actually learn how to support not only ourselves in a better way from our heart chakra, but we also learn to support those around us from our heart chakra. And then the whole planet kind of bumps up into a space of operating from their fourth, and we go up a level, right? A vibrational level, right? The planet's already healing from this situation. And so, are we, is the question. Right? Are we giving ourselves that healing while the planet's giving herself a healing while we've all taken a break? Right? And so I think that's the idea here, or the concept that I would like to bring forth and pose in front of you guys is, as you move up into your fourth and get comfortable of being in your fourth, and it not being about, you know, just survival and getting by in life, but what actually makes you happy, what actually brings balance into your life, what makes you feel centered, secure, and safe in the present moment, instead of operating from this place of fear. You access different energies and you put those different energies out on the planet. If enough of us do that, we shift the energy of the entire planet, and the planet actually expands too. The health of the planet expands, our health expands, the health of those around us, the peace, all of that stuff, the grace, the ease, everything I talk about will begin to expand. That's what I truly believe. I hope you guys believe that that's out there for you too. All right, so this is your forecast for the day. This is the end of the week forecast. Tomorrow will be Sundays, which will be for not only Sunday, but the beginning of next week and carry throughout the week. I look forward to seeing you guys then. Please let me know what you think about this. Please stay focused on your own personal happiness today, and get into that heart chakra and find that balance today, guys. It's key. All right, I love you. Have a great day, and thank you so very much for tuning in. I will talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.